What's up, guys? Zaid here, and first and foremost, I feel like it's been a long time since I've sat down in front of the computer and done like a video on Dueling Book, so feels good to be doing that again, and hopefully I'll be doing it a lot more in the future. So if you missed it, hopefully like comment, let me know like what's up, and let me know what you want to see me do next. But today I want to go over my current deck list for this, like, I guess I'd call it a Morphtronic FTK, even though I'm only playing like the one Morphtronic card, but this is my current list on the FTK. For those of you that haven't heard about it yet, basically you utilize Morphtronic Telephon, which just says when it's in attack, roll a 6-sided die, summon a Morphtronic from your grave of that level or lower, but you're only summoning back another copy of itself. So every time you're hitting, because 1 through 6, you're still summoning the level 1. So you need a Telephon on field, a Telephon in grave, and then a Toon Cannon Soldier on field. And then once you do that, you bring back a Telephon, tribute off the one who used its effect, burn for 5, use the other one, bring back the one you just tributed, and infinitely loop. Kind of like how I used to do with A and Firewall Dragon. And speaking of Firewall, the cool thing, once you have a Morphtronic Telephon on field and one in grave, you can link climb infinitely. So you're able to link climb into a fire or into a Curious, and then into a Firewall, and then into a Saryuja, and then you can add the Cannon Soldier back, special it. So basically the win con of this deck is Telephon on field, Telephon in grave. And so in order to like make that happen, I just play a lot of like dangers to draw, cards that mill, and extenders, and just hope for the best. Right now the list is not perfect, so I'm going to go over it quick. If you guys have any feedback or any things you think I should try, let me know in the comments, and let's like workshop this shit together, make it nice. But to start, I play 4 Telephon, basically 3 and a 1-for-1. 1-for-1 is kind of cracked, but also it sucks you have to discard because it makes your dangers worse. But like 1-for-1 pitch Telephon just is full combo, so that's kind of sick. The Toon Cannon Soldier, of course, and then a Punk Engine. I played 3 Foxy Toon, 2 Almond, 1 Ogre, 1 Deer Note, and then the 3 E-Telly, of course. You could play a much smaller package of this, but I just like Foxy Toon. Like, I think this card synergizes decently well with the Tier Element engine I play too, because you play the level 5 Fusion, so even if you don't have a way to get to Deer Note, you could still go in, what's it called, Chaos Ruler. But then I play the 2 Almond, 1 Ogre Dance, and those are like that ratio, 2 and 1 instead of 3, just for like the ability to do the Foxy Toon to make a 1-card Hulk play. And then we got Armageddon Knight, which I thought was a cool addition. I recently started playing him. He's just a strong normal summon. He's a 1-card Hulky Fibrax, because you could do it with the Plague Spreader, or you could send the Zephyros. And Zephyros can bounce a danger, and now you have 2 different dark types, and you get to reuse a danger effect. Then for the dangers, we play Such, Jack, Mothman, and Triple Nessie. These just like help you deck thin. They're also darks for allure. But and Nessie's also an aqua for the tier elements. The dangers kind of do a lot in here. Then I'm playing 1 of each of the white and black dragon and 3 chaos space. The reason I'm testing this engine is because if you guys remember, I tested this back in Pure Punk, and I thought it was cool because it's like chaos space is an extender. Both the black and whites are extenders, and they're decent extenders. But chaos space is a spell that's actually good to mill. So all 5 of these are good to hit off something like Pepega Ruler. And so something like having value like that makes it really strong to me. And then I play the 1 Fairy Tale Snow. You kind of have to play it in a mill deck. It's insane. And then for my tier element package, right now it's really small. I've been thinking about like upping this package a bit, but I'd have to cut down on some of the punk cards. I play 1 Rhino Heart, 2 Sheeran, and 1 Field Spell. The reason behind this weird ratio, I was at first just playing 3 Sheeran. Like, this card is insane. You pitch special mill 3, and that's just like really good on its own. That's just a good extender, and it's a dark. But then it's also like when it gets milled while you have Nessie, it's kind of crazy. But I decided to play 2 and 1 with the field spell, and since I was playing the field spell, I could play Rhino Heart. So the field spell was a starter on its own too. And it just felt cool. It's been working so far, but like I said, it's just testing. I could see it changing. Then I played Triple Allure. Just consistency. Call by the Grave, you want to draw it. It's like a crazy one of. Cards like this are why we want to stay closer to 40. I was also playing Instant Fusion for a bit, but I needed extra deck space, and I was playing the Millennium Eyes, so it was like another copy of Instant, or as another copy of Call by. And then we play Card Destruction. This card's probably mid right now with a lot of decks playing back row shit, and a lot of decks, not back row shit, with a lot of decks playing graveyard shit, like tier elements mirror matches and stuff. And then the Reborn is just cracked. Saves you a lot of time, like going through the combo sometimes. Then the side deck I'm not really going to talk about. I just put 15 blowout going second cards, and I'm just testing which ones are good right now on the ladder. Because when I'm testing this on DB, I kind of, if I lose the die roll game 1, I'm assuming I'm just going to lose. Then I'm going to FTK game 2, and then game 3 I'm going to have to try with side. And if I win the die roll, I'm going to FTK games 1 and 3, and I'm going to get to test game 2 with side. So I just be putting in a lot and seeing what comes up and what's strong and what's not. I'm still practicing, so if you got recommendations, let me know. But the extra deck matters a lot, and it feels really tight too. So to start like the mill guys, we play the Kit Kalos, which lets you do a mill 5 combo. I could also add the level 2 in and make it a mill 8 combo, which might be worth it. But like I said, I'm still not sure if I want to expand this engine or not. Then we got the Chaos Ruler and the Vampire, or the Zombie Vampire. The most like feels good thing on earth is when this mills 5 and you hit a Telephon, and then you make the Zombie Vampire and you hit a Telephon, and now you have the full combo. Because I don't think this has summon and defense. Let me just double check to make sure I'm not telling you to cheat right now. Yeah, it can summon an attack. That's a big thing to remember too that I didn't realize at first, but Morphtronic Telephon has to be an attack to use the effect to Reborn. I think if it's in defense, it adds to hand. No, you excavate your deck and try to find a Morphtronic card. That's actually kind of cool. I didn't realize that. That's worth knowing. So if you only have the one, you could try to dig into the other. But, yeah. And then we played Dugaris. I think I'm going to end up cutting this card. It's nice to have. It's another way to get to the Cannon Soldier. But again, I didn't realize the Telephon thing at first. And I thought, because this has to Reborn in defense. But this also lets you draw too. Like, there's a lot of cool applications of this card. But I used to think you could summon the Telephon out in defense and get the Telephon's effect to summon from grave. So to me, this was just another way to enable that. But now that it's not, it might find its way out of the list. I'm not sure what I'd play, though. Then I play an Appaloosa. A lot of the times when you get to the point where you're making Appaloosa, they probably should have hand trapped already. But because your deck is weird and no one knows exactly what you're trying to do till you do it, I feel like sometimes they hold them. And I can, using the Telephons, make this before I start doing anything serious. So why not, you know? And then I play the Helk. Helk actually is like really important to me. I feel like there's a lot of times where you can either use it to get the Plague to just like have more names and climb up. It also lets you climb up quicker into the firewall. But you can, if you already have access to one Telephon, it can pull the other one out the deck. Obviously, its effects are negated, but like, you could go for a Firewall for 2, add 1 back in the Cannon Soldier, and now full combo. But then we play the Curious and the Firewall. Curious, you're typically using to dump the Toon Cannon Soldier as our way to like pseudo search that card. You can also try to draw into it because we play a lot of draw cards. But then a double Link Karibo and an Anima. We needed at least 2 different named ones, and I opt for a second Link Karibo because I just think that's the better of the 2. And because you'll turn, like when you have the Telephon and then a Telephon engrave, I'll put this over here while I'm talking about this. The the Barricade Board blocker. So like say you got Telephon on field, Telephon engrave. You'll bring one out, make Link Karibo, bring it back, make Hulk, special out the Plague or the other one, and then now you've already got infinite monsters to work with, but you would be able to make you want to make a Barricade Board, the Relinquished Anima, and the Link Karibo because they're all darks of different types. And then you're able to straight go into Curious, and then you do like the full combo. But then we play 2 Saryuja because deep draw helps a lot sometimes, and you need it to special summon the, what's it called? The Cannon Soldier from hand. And then 1 Striker Dragon. This is just for the Chaos Space package. This is what left for Anima. I took Instant Fusion out, put a 5-card package in that needed an extra deck slot. And on top of this, I've got a replay. I did a match. This guy's deck wasn't like, I don't think it's the most competitive thing on Earth yet, but I thought it was really cool. It was Runic Splight, I believe. And I won the rock, paper, scissors. I got to go first, which is great when you're trying to showcase an FTK. But I opened Armageddon Knight, Nessie, Mothman, Sheeran, and Monster Reborn. He opened Droplet, Ultimate Slayer, the Primeval Planet, I can't read this card's name. Let's try it. Primeval Planet, Perlariono. Perlarino? How do you say that? I can't fucking say that. But then Runic Destruction and Runic Dispelling. I opened this cracked hand. And I'm just going to kind of play it out. I don't necessarily want to read all his cards until he plays them. But one thing to note that I'm really liking about this deck right now is this. People playing Ultimate Slayer, Forbidden Droplet, Dark Ruler No More. Cards like that in their main decks instead of hand traps. If these were 2 hand traps, looking at my hand, I probably wasn't comboing. But they're 2 board breakers and I don't put up a board. So yeah. And so I set the Monster Reborn, reveal Mothman, and he hits Nessie, Special Moth, draw into a Sheeran. Then I'm going to Nessie, search Jack. Here I think I summon Arma. Yeah, Arma, dump Blackwing Zephyros. There was a case where I could have sent the Plague here instead, and it might have just been better. I don't know, though. I'm going to Zephyros bounce Mothman, and we're going to pray that we don't miss the Mothman again. But spoiler alerts, I believe that we did miss it. Yeah, he hit the Mothman. And so he's going to draw into another runic spell, which is not going to do anything on my turn, luckily. I draw the Telephon, and then I pitch the Sheeran, and then I'm going to get his effect to let me fusion, which luckily we have Nessie engrave, so I don't have to use the other one from hand. Summon out the big dude, and then use his effect to search or dump, adding Rhino Heart. Then I'm going to use Jackalope. I'm hoping to hit Rhino Heart here. And I didn't. I hit Sheeran, which is actually... No, that's the one I was hoping to hit, because I wanted a dark. I want something in grave so I can use this to pop to summon it. I could have realistically just used this to dump one to grave, but I felt like add it to hand to make Jackalope have a higher chance of rezzing was the right play. So here I'll pop special back Mill 5. So here I think I fucked up too. So I don't know what I'm about to do with these. I think I make Curious. But I think what I should have done was go into Dugaris and reborned my Ziaman and then done the full punk line from here. But instead... Oh, I do go into Dugaris? Did I reborn something wrong? Oh, I used the draw 2, pitch 1. I think I should have used it to summon Ziaman no matter what. Like, I think summon Ziaman, that would have got me the mill 9 combo. And literally all I'm looking for right now is a second Telephon. Because I've already got access to the Cannon Soldier engrave. And I'm pretty sure I'd hit that off the mill 9. But we'll take the draw 2 instead. I'm going to pitch the Snow, which might have actually been wrong. Oh, no, I milled both black and white, so the Chaos space is dead. So here we're going to Snow. Snow's kind of cool in the sense that it's just like an extender, but it also, if you don't FTK, it lets you have some sort of follow-up. Next, we're going to go into our Saryuja. Draw 4, put 3 back. And we again did not hit a Telephon. And I put card destruction back. This is another reason why I don't like that card is drawing into it. He hasn't hand trapped me yet. So it's a pretty safe read that these 5 aren't hand traps. And I do not want to give him 5 additional chances to draw a hand trap. So that's why we got to put a card like that back. But I'm going to Allure, banish the Nessie, Monster Reborn. Now I grab the Almond, which I should have just done earlier on and not had to use my Reborn because it kind of sucks having to waste that. And then here we'll use it, search Foxy. Foxy's discard is lit though, gets to send Plague. And then we bring out Deer Note, Synchro 8, Chainlink 2, Deer to summon back one of the 8s. Yeah, we're going to bring back Foxy Tune, and then Mill 5. And we hit the Telephon, which is exactly what we wanted. Here we get to go Zombie Vampire, Mill 4 more. This might have been overkill since I had access to the Telephon now that I'm thinking about it, because like, I don't know what deck he's on when I just see a Runic card, because I don't know Runic that well yet. And I don't know if he's got grave cards he might have wanted. And here we see it. We see a tier element. And so I was forced, regardless of what my mills are, to summon his tier element, because I don't want to give him the effect and then me just like lose to that. If he, obviously we see he wouldn't have had it live, but I feel like if he would have had it live and he could have summoned something that would have interfered with me, I don't want that, so I just didn't. But here we're going to use Saryuja to special out the Telephon, and now we do the derpy Telephon shenanigans. When you see me when I combo, I'll always put a counter on the one whose effect I've used. That way it just like makes sense on the board. So here we're going to go 4 into the Appaloosa. Like I was saying, they most likely don't have hand traps at this point, but you can do it for free, so why not? And then here I'll kind of show you how you, with just this, can do stuff. You make your Link Karibo, bring a guy back. Oh, I almost used the wrong one. This is why we use the counters. Summon Helk effect. I think it's just going to summon another Telephon. Yeah. And then Telephon, bring back. I want to look into the rank 1 card pool and see if there's anything worth playing. Going to 4 for Firewall. Firewall, return the, what's it called? The Cannon Soldier to hand. He might scoop here. I don't remember. But from here, no matter what, we're just going to use that Deskbot to bring, not Deskbot, use the Morphtronic to bring back. Bring both back because I can bring 2 back. Make Barricade Board Blocker, bring both back again. Barricade Board, Firewall, one of them into Saryuja. And then Saryuja special the Cannon Soldier. And then Telephon Loop, Tribute for game. And so then he's going to go first game 2. I don't remember if I draw Board Breakers or not. I think if I remember this game right, it seemed like he played it sloppy. I don't know his deck well enough to know, but he opened Sheeran, Rhino Heart, Runic Fountain, Destruction, and Demise. I opened Lightning Storm, Telephon, 1-for-1 Toon Cannon Soldier, Mothman. So, like, opening 1-for-1 Telephon Toon Cannon Soldier, this is just the easiest route on Earth to the FTK right here. But the problem is we're going to have to, like, play through negates because we're not going first. And so I probably won't get to play it as simple as just that. But it looks like he specialed this by pitching Reinhardt in the Mills 3. And his Mills seem kind of god tier. He's going to use the Syrian effect to... Is that how you... I'm probably saying this so bad. Sheeran. No, that's probably right. That's probably right. To summon Kit Kalos search. Probably going to grab Merrily to mill. I feel like every... Oh, no. Handvis. That's the one that if I use an effect, you could special. Then tribute to special back out. Mill 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just going to hit fast forward on his turn low key because I don't want to read all his cards. This is what I think is cool though, how they summon this level 2 out. I thought that this might have been a splice at first when I sat down to record this because of the fact that's 2s. But like even those would work really cool. Like these runic cards just seem sick. This field spell I think is the cracked one that lets him draw 3 and uses spells from hand. And then he's going to make this I thought was weird. I don't really see the point in making the Herald here to add a card back. This is, I think, where I said that he was playing really sus to me. But here I Lightning Storm his back row. He changed this, which summons a guy that gives protection to these, which is really cool. Because if the Lightning Storm resolved, I was just safe. I didn't realize what was happening at first. I wasn't really reading this guy's cards. I was just playing. But, so if I would have got to pop the field spell and the set card, then if he's got runics in hand, he wouldn't be able to use them to negate me, which was the dream, but it didn't happen. Here we 1-for-1, and he's going to chain this thing that lets him special a guy. And the guy he special is going to let him add a quick play spell back. And that's going to let him draw 3. He didn't let me finish summoning my guy yet, though. There's my guy. And this is an interrupt, I think. It searches a runic card, so yeah, it'll search and interrupt. Excuse me. I just had a little burp from my breakfast. Here, this was kind of bad. So what he's going to search is a card that negates. I feel like he should have just searched it and then used it right away. But he instead is going to chain the search to me activating Telephon, which is giving me a body no matter what. Because now I'm going to make the Link Haribo, and then I'm going to use this, and he's going to negate it. Which, and his cards make me banish, which, if I didn't draw the Toon Cannon Soldier already, every banish is, like, very, very scary. Because if my card gets banished, I don't really have a way to recycle it, per se. But here I'm going to go into Helk effect. He's going to demise, and I got scared I was going to get hit with a Mystic Mine here. I didn't, so it wasn't really relevant. Like, what is he going to search here that matters that much? There's Havness, Milling is all that we're really afraid of right here. And when I was playing the duel, I forgot he had it, to be honest. Then I'm going to special out white, banishing the Link Haribo. And then I'm going to make Striker, search black. What did I do from here? I don't even remember. Summon black. Link 3 and a Firewall. This is something that I learned this duel, actually, that I thought was pretty cool with Striker Dragon, is that the way that I made it there, how it gives me the arrow for Firewall. Usually I have to have another Link 4, and it's just nice having a Link 1 that gives Firewall an arrow. It's kind of cool. But we're going to use that to add back Telephon, because he fucked up the Telephon loop. He's going to get to special this guy. Luckily, he whiffs. And now we have 2 Saryujas we got to use. Oh, wait, did I not normal? Oh, yeah, I led with 1-for-1. I hadn't even normaled. So, yeah, I only have to use 1 Saryuja to get the whole loop going now. So, from here, we make the Link Haribo, bring a guy back. Make Anima, bring a guy back. 1, 2, 3, 4, Saryuja. Draw 4. And, like, I was kind of just choosing to not even try to use my battle phase here. And it's kind of nice, low-key. So we're going to special out the Cannon Soldier, and that's the FTK again. So that's it in real time, and that actually reminded me that there was one thing I wanted to talk about. I don't think this card should be in the side deck. I'm cool with the card like Evenly where you miss your battle phase, but I don't like Dark Ruler because you don't get to do damage. But we don't care about the battle phase because I can kill you main 1, main 2, like I can kill you whenever. So I think the going second card should be more like oriented around that. Things that maybe like, that's why I think Pinkertops might be cool. Maybe Alpha if he's good nowadays. I'll put him in there for now and I'll test him and we'll find out. But like cards like that where you could probably use the battle phase, trade with 1 or 2 interruptions, and then main 2 play. In this deck, your main 2 play can still be game, so it's like kind of cool. But that's everything I got on this deck. If you're interested in it and want to see more, maybe see some open test hands or something, let me know. And if you've been testing similar ideas and have ideas, please let me know too. Even if you haven't been testing it, just let me know in the comments your most random fucking ideas on this deck, and I'll try to find a way to utilize it. But thank you guys for watching and have a good one.